Hey guys, how's it going? It's MJ here, MJ Ishkok again, with the Honest Effort podcast. Fantastic. And we got our guest, Brody boy. I don't mind at all. I'll take it. Is he in frame? Is he actually there? That's all right, dude. Brownie points for the dog. All right, here we go. Anyways, my name's MJ. I'm starting this here podcast, YouTube channel thing to start these conversations about health, right? Um, I used to be obese. I used to be morbidly obese, and I'm doing this to fill the gaps that I saw when I was at my worst. All right, so here we go. Episode one, I shared a little bit about my history, where I came from. Today, I want to kind of flush out the idea and show you the complete structure of what this is, help everybody kind of visualize what the honest effort system could be, and we will go from there. I will start from the beginning. As I said before, uh, I wanted my understanding and my framework for health to be based off of my culture. It helps me understand and helps me kind of see where I need to be better. And I really like what I've come up with here. And I'll be upfront. I stole some of this. This idea is not completely mine. Um, the TP analogy in the way that I'm using it, I've borrowed from a gentleman named Chris Morrison. He does excellent work in Ontario with men. He runs the Indigenous Men's Alliance. We went to one of his workshops. Phenomenal space, phenomenal facilitators. Highly encourage anybody to go and check out one of his workshops, one of his conferences, if he's around your community. Anyways, I've prepared a visual aid to kind of help show this concept, right? And show how it actually supports a structure that we are all familiar with. At least I would hope we're all familiar with. I don't think everybody's put up a teepee, but you guys know what a teepee is, right? Um, with state of the art technology, we are able to show you what it looks like when you're putting up a TP in virtual reality. So I'll show you that coming up soon. Check it out. So my TP starts with three poles. You have your physical, mental, and spiritual health. Without these things, the rest of the structure can't be supported properly. I always take care of these three things first when my health is failing me, or I'm failing my health, perhaps. So from here, you can start adding on your additional values that you believe will support a healthier life. I agree with my elders. I believe them when they say the seven grandfather teachings are important. I hold these extremely dear to my to my soul and my purpose, and I think they're important to a healthy life. When all of these things are together, you can truly support you, your family, and your community in a healthy way. My animation messed up. My apologies. That is very funny. This is the epitome of virtual reality. I hope you guys appreciated my animation. Thank you. I really believe in starting from the ground up, building up the structure for the individual that is able to hold up and support all of the additional actors in our lives, right? Like that sounds real passive. I apologize. But I mean, you want a strong foundation, correct? If you're building a structure, if you want something to support and house all of your most treasured valuables, um, where do you start? For me, I wanted to start from the ground up, the complete bare basics. How do I get healthy enough? How do I be a better version of myself to support Me, my family, my community. Those three things. Well, it starts with me. If I'm not strong, if I'm not healthy, if I'm not as good as I could be, how much can I affect in my world and in my life? And again, at 285 pounds, I could do things. It's not that I can't. I'm not less of a human or a person because I'm in that situation. But I would be lying to myself and I'd be lying to everybody else if I wasn't diminished, if it wasn't lacking quality, and I could feel it. I knew it, but I was justifying all of my actions at the time for that reason. Like, I am capable, I am okay, nothing's horribly wrong. When in reality, I was dying. Um, so, how do you build up something stronger than the fear that you might feel, or the fear you feel over your mortality, where you're in fight or flight and you're paralyzed in fear. You do not move, you do not act, you do not do what you probably should do, right? So I sat in that space for a while. From likely 21 to 26, I allowed my health to deteriorate day by day. And when I talk to people about these issues, when I talk to them about their diabetes, it's almost like they talk about it like it's a cold or a flu that they picked up, like it's something that just I caught it, man. It got me. When in reality, it develops over time. It develops in lack of response to healthier choices, and we bring it on ourselves in many, many, many of these instances, from eating poorly to drinking. Drinking's a big one. The amount of the awful things alcohol does to you, on top of just being unnecessary calories that fuel diabetes. Um, it's bad stuff, and I cannot reiterate how bad prolonged and excessive and abusive binge drinking could be. Um, I'm probably going to cut this part out, anyways. um, I wanted to formulate a structure strong enough to hold up and support everything else that I hold valuable. And where do I start? I start where my elders hold me to start. When I was growing up in my community, our elders would tell us, take care of your physical self, take care of your mental self, take care of your spiritual self. While you're doing that, walk with, practice, live with the seven grandfather teachings, which is a concept in native communities, and a representation of our values. And quite simply, the seven grandfather teachings are love, respect, bravery, honesty, humility, wisdom, truth. I had to slow that down because I missed one every single time I'm trying to do the shot. Okay. So when I'm growing up, the elders are telling us to use these grandfather teachings, live with them, use them, hold them in your life, and practice with them every day or walk with them every day. And it's this ambiguous kind of concept for youth to pick up, right? When you're a preteen and they're telling you to use the grandfather, to walk with the grandfathers. Um, there's no real life examples of how that works, right? There's no one to kind of guide you through that if you're outside of these cultural spaces. There's no real life examples of where to live with these grandfathers, how to use them. I take that information again. I kind of interpret it my way, and I understand them as tools. I understand them as they tell you they're gifts. They're gifts from the creator. These grandfathers are gifts from the creator. Well, I kind of look at them as tools, a man's perspective, perhaps, but it helps me kind of see it from a better way, where it helps me. They're not just gifts, where you might have them or you don't. That's what that implies to me. What I understand them as tools is that you could use them and get better at their use. You can become more proficient in love, respect, honesty. The more you use these things, you get better at it. The more you practice humility, the more you practice wisdom and truth. And you can do it everywhere, which is really cool. And again, I learned that during this whole basketball journey where I'm going through youth sports. And you go to these programs. I went to these programs with elders speaking on what you do to live a good life. How do you live a good life as an Anishinaabe? And I listened to them, and I practically try to use that knowledge in my life when I'm playing basketball. When you're on a team with people that you might not agree with, when you're playing with folks that you might just not really jive with, right? Like, oh, I don't want to do what that guy's doing. But we're on a team, we have to figure it out, and we all want to win. We figure it out, right? You make compromises. You practice some humility, you practice some truth, you practice some bravery to kind of suck up your ego. Be a team player. Play a part of the team rather than play for yourself and try to win. And I'm learning all of these things as a youth, very young. And I take that with me as I move forward, going into college, where you have to do group projects, right? And I was always in a group with folks who needed a leader, who was looking for some kind of guidance. We'd sit around, and almost always I would have to use these skills that I learned playing basketball as a youth to kind of rally the team, get them all together on one side, and get us moving forward to complete these group projects. And those soft skills you learn from sports, from even school, from attending classes, from from a part-time job, from working with people early in your life, from having these experiences wherever you can get them, volunteering, hanging out at youth programming. Um, you develop these soft skills, right? Interpersonal skills that that relate, that do help you in the future if you're open minded to these ideas. And soft skills that matter. I want to say soft skills like love, respect, bravery, humility, all of them, right? And you get better at their usage. And dare I say, you get healthier in those attempts. That's a lot of work. That's a lot to say. That's a lot to take in my opinion, right there. Taking care of your physical, mental, spiritual health. Doing it while you're taking care of and using and living with these seven grandfather teachings. In my experience, those truly do make you a healthier person where you can then raise and build a healthier family and then have extra time, energy, resources to then affect your community in a good, healthy way. And you can do those things any other direction you would like to. I would just interject and kind of offer the idea that community health, this broader general health, it starts with us. It starts inside. It starts it starts literally either inside or you feel it in your soul, you feel it in your heart, or you know it, you know it as a truth deep inside your head that these things, you have to do these things. My mental health is lacking. I need to do something. Where do I start? I don't know, man. I'm not sure what everybody's situation is. I know for me, I've struggled with my weight all my life. And a big part of that, I would argue, is trauma. You would say, exercise and eat well to get healthier, to lose weight. I'm not battling exercise and fitness and food. That's not my major concern. I'm always battling things inside here, right? All of these conflicting ideas in your mind, and then what happens in your body as a result, the stress response, the, dare I say, survival response. Um, I don't want to use that term lightly. That happens to people in extreme traumas, but I'm just using it as the biomechanics in your systems, right? You experience stress. You could experience a lot of stress, excessive exposed stress, being exposed to stress over a long period of time could be just like trauma. And if you're not doing the things that you should, when you're not acting and you're allowing your health to deteriorate, I would say that's extremely stressful when you're feeling symptoms develop month after month and you do nothing about it, like I was doing. It's extremely stressful. And over time, that cortisol will build up. And if you do nothing about it, that cortisol goes nowhere. That energy storage goes nowhere. Something has to happen. And I will always advocate for physical health, both diet and exercise, is what I was going to say. But whatever. Diet and exercise. I will always lean on diet and exercise as a means of mental health, as a means of not exactly spiritual health, but as a means to practice spiritual tools. I have faith that eating good, exercising will allow the internal environment of my body to allow better a better mind. If my mind is an animal living in an environment, living healthier physically gives that thing a better space to live, right? Why wouldn't you want healthier ground for your cultivations, for the things you're growing? Why wouldn't you want your vessel filled with the best fuel it can to grow and cultivate your greatest ideas and your best wishes? And in my opinion, it starts with your physical health, where in my experience, that's where I was lacking. And I could project out as much goodwill as I want. But if I'm not taking care of what's happening inside, what was the point? Or not, okay, that's wrong. Not what is the point, but it could be so much more, is what I'm trying to say. What you give out to the world could be so much more if you took care of yourself first, and your cup of life just overflows. It'll overflow out to your family, out to your children and your spouse and your extended family. And then it'll outpour into your community in these really beautiful ways that that are sustainable. You can keep it up year after year after year. And it is hard. All of it's hard, man. All of it's tough. And I think we need to be told often we choose which path we want. We choose what's hard. We chose which hard we want. And I'll tell you right now, man, I will do this time and time again, no matter what, to fight off that terrible side of my life. I was not healthy. I was not happy. I was not the best person I could be when I wasn't doing the things I know I should do. For me, that's basketball. For me, that's teaching kids how to play basketball, promoting basketball as a means of absolute health, and just my community, my people, the people I love the most play basketball, aside from my family, obviously. And it's a beautiful idea. I love it so much. Take care of your physical health, take care of your mental health, take care of your spiritual health. Walk with those seven grandfathers. 10 things right there. That's plenty. That's so much work to do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. You'll be busy for years just trying to figure out those concepts and put them together in a symphony that works, that plays the tune of your community. And you can do it. You can find it. I'll show you. I'll show you time and time again how it works. I I've I've done things in the past for my community solely because I want to affect change. If it's just feeding people to show them I love them, that their community cares, I'll do that again and again. It takes a lot of time. It's a lot of work, and it's worth it though. It's always worth it. I'll share that now. Um, I think I'll end it there. I don't have much more to give. Um, Thank you very much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it so much if you guys followed the channel. And I'm sure it helps somewhere down there, somewhere in the machine. And I'd really love it if you guys joined along. Share with me what you guys are doing. Share with me what you want to do, right? I want to know what you guys want to do. I want to know what do you hold dearest in health? Well, what is it that you hold is the utmost epitome of health? What is it, man? What do you guys hold dearest in health and wellness? I want to know because it's different to everybody. And I'm really curious where people are right now. So let me know. Let's talk about it. Thank you very much. Have a good day, everybody. Bye, Mapi.